Well, yeah, I mean, it's on, yeah, it's on Zoom, so I'm fine.
Hi, everyone. Just going to give everyone a few minutes to hop on. And out of courtesy to our candidates, if you guys don't mind keeping yourselves on mute. It's just going to be a few minutes, so if you guys want to grab some water, get a little comfortable. We have loads of people to let into the Zoom tonight, so we're just going to be a couple more minutes as people hop on. Thank you all for your patience. And I appreciate all of you showing up on time. There's nothing more awkward than waiting on a Zoom for it to start. So thank you guys so much. I'm just going to wait one more minute. I think we have at least half of our registrants hopping on already. So it's 7:32. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thank you all for being here, for taking the time to be here this evening. My name is Bibin Gill. I am the president of the Spring Branch ISD Council of PTAs. And on behalf of SBISD PTA Council, I'd like to welcome all of you tonight to this forum. And I would also like to introduce Georgia Polly. She is going to be our, she's going to be the one presenting the questions to our candidates for the evening. And she is our advocacy chair at SBISD Council of PTAs. And after saying good evening, I need to go through a few things so that we're all clear on what's happening tonight and just exactly how it's all going to work. First of all, Council of PTAs strongly believes in the importance of local school board elections and the importance that they have in serving our community. And early voting for the trustee election begins on April 19th and it'll end on April 27th. And it'll be at the following locations: the Wayne Shaper Leadership Center, the Don Coleman Community Coliseum, Holy Cross.
Is Zone 2, and that's Saturday, May 1st. Poll hours vary. You can go to the SBISD website and or Google SBISD elections, and all that information will pop up. You'll also see it come out from various PTAs and various other, that information is out there for you.
Thank you.
Our PTA for a number of years has sponsored candidate forums. I did the one 2 years ago. We did not have one last year, as we did not have any contested elections, and we're excited to present this to you tonight. We do have all candidates with us tonight, which is fantastic, and thank you very much for taking the time out of your evening to be here with everybody. The rules of the forum are going to remain the same as they had in the past. They were sent to all the candidates, even though we're virtual and not in person. So it's imperative that everybody stays on mute if you're not speaking, and that goes for the candidates as well. Please note that not all questions that were submitted are going to be asked. We did combine quite a few because some were in the same genre and under the same topic. But we will try to do as many as we can that cover a broad range of topics. The rules for the forum are as follows. So each candidate will have 2 minutes to present an opening statement, and we will do that in ballot order. There will be 2 minutes for a closing statement, and we'll do that in reverse ballot order. Each candidate will have 1 minute to respond to the questions, and we'll vary the order of who gets the question first. We'll just kind of go back and forth. The ballot order is position 3 candidate is first. That's Minda Caesar, who's our incumbent and does not have a contested election, followed by our position 4 candidates, which are Chris Ernest and then Virginia Elizondo. I think we'll go ahead and start with our opening remarks.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Pauley, and thank you to the Council of PTAs for hosting this forum. I truly appreciate the opportunity. We have 4 children, 2 of them high school and 1 is currently in middle school. I have seen the district from end to end, every grade, over many years, multiple times. So I do have a good sense of what is going on in the schools. The district is doing a great job. Of course, there's always some room for improvement. I initially started in the district back in 2000. Cuts that we are still trying to recover from at this time. I was just a parent. I had 4 kids. They were very young, and I didn't really understand what was happening when my daughter's 5th grade language arts teacher, who was excellent, was fired. So that was my heads up to start paying attention and getting involved. I have been involved with all the PTAs for my kids' school, so 4 PTAs. I have been involved with the Council of PTAs in the past. I have served on a bunch of district committees, including strategic planning, bond advisory, family E3. I am also on the board of the Spring Branch Education Foundation. And I am a former leader of Spring Branch Speaks, which is a grassroots advocacy group. I feel advocacy is one of the most important roles of the board, especially being able to advocate in a very nonpartisan way. It's super important right now because last session we had a Republican in charge of House Public Education. This session we have a Democrat in charge of House Public Education.
Thank you, Minda. I'm going to have to cut you off there. It's okay. I'm trying to keep track so we can get to as many questions and get to everything that we can. Thank you. Chris.
Good evening. My name is Chris Ernest. I've lived in this district with my wife, Meredith, for 14 years. And since buying that first house, we've had 5 kids, 3 boys, 2 girls that range in age from 5 to 13 years old. But why am I running? You know, honestly, I ask myself that every single day. You know what? It's a big deal. It's a huge responsibility and one that shouldn't be taken lightly. So why am I doing this? One, I was originally motivated to run for the board because of the board's decision to delay the start of school, plain and simple. They said they were ready to go. We had a great plan in place from our superintendent, and they buckled under a little bit of political pressure. They didn't demonstrate a willingness to stand up and to do what was right for the kids and what the parents begged them to do. I will. I want to bring a fresh outsider perspective. I admire, but you don't put insiders in a trustee seat, just like you don't put executives on their own public company boards. The board represents the taxpayers. Our children's education. It's time for some change on this board. It's not personal, it's just time. A vote for Virginia is a vote for the status quo, someone that the board knows is just going to go along. A vote for me is a vote for the kids and their parents, a vote for conservative family values, and to restore that line of communication that was broken and that trust between the board and those that it serves. I'm going to focus on results as a trustee. Everything that I do will be done through the lens of focusing on student outcomes, decisions based on measurable, quantifiable results for all of our students. And I can assure you that my motivation to do this is simple. It's for the kids. It's not for my resume. And I can assure you that my life would be way more simple if I would just go away. But you know what? It takes courage to be sitting here in front of you right now and doing this. And I'm ready to stand up for our kids and be their voice on this board.
Thank you very much. Virginia?
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Virginia Elizondo. Yes, I am. And wanting to help children, and that motivated me to do all the things that I've done and all the career choices that I've made in my life and everything that I've pursued. And I've worked as a teacher here in Spring Branch for 10 years. I do have a son who is at Westchester by way of Buffalo Creek. And he is autistic, so I have had that experience here in a school system. I've worked so hard in order to try to educate myself and learn more about ways that I can help and advocate and support. And I've served on many committees and here in Spring Branch for many done a lot of things in order to try to help this district, in order to see the vision to help our children to achieve the best. We want our students to have those opportunities with our T2 goal, and that is definitely something that I believe in. I believe in choice. I believe in choice programming. I believe there's not one size that fits all. Between campuses and parents, that communication and between the community is imperative. I also, I do work with school boards in the sense that I am able to train school boards here in the state of Texas. So there are a lot of experience that I've had. I am a certified teacher, principal, superintendent. I do have a lot of knowledge base in this position and in this field that I love and this field that I've dedicated my life to. And child in district, regardless at what point of their educational journey they're in. And that's really my focus here, is to try to offer a perspective, a different perspective, some different pieces that I can help to enrich the board when it comes to discussions, when it comes to decisions, something that's coming that's a little different, as well as being able to bring that expertise that I do have. And I really hope that that's something that I can continue to serve and continue to benefit the Spring Branch community.
Thank you. Okay, I think we're going to work out well with the timing here. I think we'll just try this. I've got my timer set up next to me, and if you see me flailing my arms, it's because I forgot to come off mute and you're gone too long, but I think this will work out fine. So we're going to dive into the questions, and this might give you an extra minute regarding your opening remark too, since it's pretty broad. We'll start with you, Chris. What experience do you have that qualifies you for this role?
Yeah, thanks. I've got a lot. I'm here 3 years ago, so I bring an entrepreneurial get things done kind of mindset. We'll be focused on results and measured improvement the entire time I'm a trustee. I know what it means to set budgets. I know what it means to minimize costs when possible, and I know how to manage and work with people. I consult with boards for a living. I attend even nonprofits. I recently I'm very comfortable in the boardroom, and I understand from my day-to-day interaction with corporate board members to provide oversight over this administration of our district and hold them accountable for providing the education that we want for our kids. And the other thing is I'm a father of 5 kids. My youngest child enters HTE next year, so I have a long-term vested interest in this deal. Several of the
Thank you, Chris.
including my opponent, will be done having kids by the time this term ends.
Thank you. Linda, we'll go to you. Same question. What experience do you have that qualifies you for this role?
Okay, thank you so much. Besides all of my advocacy and education experience, I also have business experience. I was also an entrepreneur, started a publication, internet focused at the start of the internet. Great publication. I left there to be employee number 7 for a company. You've never worked for a startup. It's super fun. It's a great experience. You do literally everything soup to nuts, every single job that you've got. Closed that out with a deal with IBM, and I swung over to IBM where I became a marketing manager with a budget of 0. That's right, 0. And yet we ended up with TV ads, print ads, and we were one of 8 products featured at IBM's annual meeting. So I know how to do a lot with a little bit of budget, know how to run budgets, know how to work with people, know how to manage people, know what it's like to run and grow an enterprise.
Thank you. Virginia?
Yes, one of the pieces of being on a board, on an actual school board, is being able to create those SMART goals is not just looking at base data, but it's also segregating that data to identify the actual specific things that we need to target. Also, when it comes to progress measures, going through the year and taking a look at those dipstick measures to see if we're getting any closer to that. I have vast experience in working with SMART goals. I have vast experience in working with collaborations with committees, as well as working to help facilitate conversations pieces and reasons as well that are problems, as well as things that are realistic problem solving methods. And you really need to understand what those problems specifically are. And so I'm hoping that with my experience, I can bring that.
Thank you. Thank you. Next question, and we will just start with you, Virginia. I'm mixing it up. What is your understanding of what your role as trustee would be within SBISD?
The role of trustee, and in the role of trustee, you definitely are not the person making the decisions when it comes to inputs, when it comes to products being purchased, when it comes to staffing, other than the superintendent. So you are, that is your one and only employee. Or teachers or staff